Somewhere near the snowy mountains in Nevada, Owen Grady, Chris Pratt, is riding a horse to wrangle a large dinosaurs. After he's done, he goes back to the cabin that he shares with Claire and Maisie, as he and Claire are now her adoptive parents. Although Maisie likes to stray from home and witness the dinosaurs on land, Claire and Owen try to keep her hidden for fear that someone is after her. This causes her to get annoyed with them, and she has also become curious about Charlotte Lockwood, whom she was cloned from. Sure enough, mercenaries led by Rain Delacourt, Scott Hayes, are spying on them in the woods, Maisie being their target. In Texas, 2 children are chased by an enormous swarm of locusts. This is brought to the attention of paleobotanist Ellie Sattler, Laura Dern. She investigates the farm where the locusts attacked and ate up all the crops. Ellie is told by the children's mother that the neighboring crops, which were untouched by the locusts, are planted by biosyn. Ellie reunites with Dr. Alan Grant, Sam Neill, who is working with other aspiring paleontologists. She brings a captured locust to him and explains the situation, fearing that if they spread, they may wreck the food chain. Alan and Ellie figure that biosyn must have made them so that their crops are all that remains. Ellie wants to get DNA from another locust at the biosyn sanctuary and asks for Alan's help. She was already invited by their old friend, Drive, Ian Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum. Despite showing some hesitance, Alan ultimately agrees to join. Alan and Ellie arrive at the sanctuary and meet Ramsey Cole, Mamadou Athey, biosyn's head of communications. He introduces them to Dodgson, who promises they are working on something revolutionary and groundbreaking. Alan and Ellie are escorted to find Ian giving a lecture. Afterwards, he joins them and discreetly tells Ellie that the locusts are indeed part of a sinister scheme by biosyn. Meanwhile, Dodgson meets with Dr. Henry Wu, B.D. Wong, who has since become remorseful of his actions in helping keep these experiments going, as he notes that the locusts have grown at an alarming rate. Maisie arrives at HQ and meets Wu. He explains to her that while she is a clone of Charlotte's, she is also her actual daughter because she gave birth to her. Maisie watches video footage of Charlotte, Elva Trill, and sees when she was pregnant with Maisie. Charlotte suffered from a genetic disease, but she managed to alter Maisie's DNA to remove all traces of the disease. Wu hopes that by studying Maisie's DNA, he can reverse the locust outbreak by altering their DNA. Alan and Ellie sneak into the containment room for the locusts to get a DNA sample, just as Maisie tries to escape with Beta. Dodgson sounds the alarm, which causes the locusts to swarm around Alan and Ellie, but they manage to get out safely. They meet Maisie, who knows who they are. She joins them as they run. They are found by Ramsey, who agrees to help them because he finds biosyn's work to be unethical. He sends them away in a monorail to safety. Ellie tells Maisie that she knew Charlotte as a student, and says she was a brilliant and kind person. In the air, Kayla's plane is attacked by a real Quetzalcoatlus, forcing Claire to eject and fall into the trees after they rip her parachute. Owen and Kayla crash into a nearby ice lake. They attempt to safely make their way across it but are chased by another dinosaur. The two make it across just in time and head off to relocate Claire. She gets down from the tree but has to quietly evade a pyroraptor that has been stalking her in the forest. Owen and Kayla hide as the T-Rex makes her appearance to eat, but she is held off by a Giganotosaurus, a much larger predator. They manage to get to Claire. While the heroes work on an escape plan, biosyn starts to burn to the ground, forcing the employees to flee. Dodgson attempts to make off with his work, and Ramsey tells him off one last time before leaving. Dodgson attempts to get away in the monorail, but is cornered by a trio of Dilophosaurus, who make a meal out of him. Beta comes upon the heroes and is sedated so they can safely bring her along. They are also found by Wu, who has found a way to alter the locust's DNA to stop the spread. Just as the group prepares their leave, the Giganotosaurus reappears, but is then caught between the T-Rex and the Therizinosaurus. The humans flee to avoid the dino fight, and it ends when the T-Rex pushes the Giganotosaurus into the Therizinosaurus's claws. Upon returning to safety, Alan and Ellie rekindle their romance and later head to Washington, D.C. to testify against biosyn. Wu's work is a success and stops the locust spread. Owen, Claire, and Maisie return home and reunite Beta with Blue. Before retreating back into the forest, Blue shares one last look with Owen.